Previously on Action.
Pikini ni blomi wante mi yet mi blastar mi bla onse lokain kain heavy na mi plano kisi wan bla good bla helpim mi bla kisi big bla bagara.
Every day, every Monday na fonde there's like big bla. So there's like big bla.
What mi bla miki mi bla kirab nisla group lo how mi bla ken support mo nan bla mama.
Special hub event on sorcery accusation-related violence, one of our panel discussions in a lineup of our speaker series. So before we head on into, I'd like to thank you all for coming once again. Thank you to all the special guests that attended the PDIA. Before we head on into the event, I urge you to have an open mind. This is an important topic and it's very timely. And we're not battling people here, we're battling a mindset. So what we're going to do first is we're going to watch 2 episodes of our action series that are focused on sorcery accusation-related violence.
They accused a young mother with her 16 or 15-year-old girl to be a sorcerer.
You've seen people at the front line, heard their stories, and seen the impact of this violence. Young people are saying enough is enough, and that this violence has to end.
Now we'll be moving on to our panel discussion, where we'll have our moderator talk with 4 women who've had first-hand experience in what we just witnessed.
And so I'd like to invite our panelists to join me up on the stage. Firstly, Lily Besoya, who is the Executive Director of a non-government organization in Jiwaka, Voice for Change. Please make her feel welcome. I'd like to invite Philemon, a legal officer for the Voice for Change, to invite us on stage as well. Please join us on stage, Sister Lorena. It truly takes some brave and phenomenal people to be able to be at the front lines of an issue such as sorcery accusation-related violence. And we've been honored to have them come and join us here in Port Moresby for a few days. And now we'd like to give you an opportunity to have a conversation with them about the issue and about how you can start taking a stand against SARV in Papua New Guinea.
Hello, good night everyone. My name is Cameron, and I'm a youth advocate. My question is, when cultural beliefs and traditions are being passed down from generations to generations, could they be misinterpreted, and that misinterpretation causes it leads to SARV cases?
But when you think about it, custom, when you say custom in what era? Custom back then? Custom like in the rural places, or custom in the city, like the urban setting? See, in the past, there's been less SARV, but now it's been spiking. For me personally, I think that modern influences are playing there also. Like, you want to be on your own, do things, you want to grow yourself. But back then it was a communal living, you know. Like, other interests were my interests. I protect you, protect me. And now you look at him, like Maria, she's an unfortunate one. You see at the status, They are the vulnerable people in the community where people with power and are in position, they, for their own self-interest, like land, okay, you get couples who, all thinking Muslim, they want another wife. They use this technique, like saying that, okay, this wife, she is actually doing sangoma, so they start the whole accusation, just to rouse him and get a new wife. So to answer your question, is like custom sangoma, it's escalating now, and by what custom, there's still a definition, so I cannot give you like the definite answer to that first question.
And the second question is, as young people, despite our capacities and our differences, what practical actions can we take to build a society where SARV cases are eradicated? Thank you.
Where we as young people, as advocates, you don't have to be in a position of power to create change. All you have to do is have the will. Time you feel like it, and when you do something, you're really exercising power. You know what is wrong, what is right, who to see, what agency is there, how you can interact, use those like personal communication skills with the high intellectual level that you have. So what I would say is, do something. You don't have to be in position of power. Where you are is fine. Just exercise the will, and whatever you do, that's power in itself. It will create change.
Thanks, guys. The issue for me with trying to legislate against something like sorcery is that the law acts around facts, right? When you're talking about religion and custom and stuff, it's pretty much on faith. You know, it takes as much faith to believe in God as it does to believe in Sangoma to give you power and stuff like that. And I'm just wondering how, maybe Philemon can answer this, or one of the lawyers. If a pastor, for example, prays on someone and says, tonight you're going to be healed, and the family takes that as a sign from God on faith, and then that person goes home, doesn't get treatment, and that person dies, will the pastor be held accountable under that Glassman law? Don't they operate within the same realms of faith?
Could I just respond with a story? 3 years ago, a 3-grader from our primary school, from our own school, disappeared. The glass man was given 1,000 kina 3 years ago to tell the family what happened. The glassman said to the father after he got the 1,000 kina, the mother made out of the child a snake, and the snake is now in the Mendi River and is dead. Therefore, the child is dead. So I went to the woman and I said, do you think your child is dead? And she said, I can feel my child. I think my child is alive. And I said to the woman, let's go and find the child. You recover, I find people and go and find the child. And do you know that I found the child in Monthagen? Alive, healthy, well, and everything. The family lost 1,000 kina. The family lost the mother, badly tortured. Perhaps that helps you people to see what damage wrong beliefs can do.
Okay, to add on what she said, Glassman, you're comparing Glassman with spiritual leaders. We should all know that under the Constitution, you have the freedom of concise religious belief. You can believe what you want. Up is down, down is up. Either way, you are entitled to your own belief. It's not wrong in believing, and I don't hold you accountable for that. It's acting upon it, causing violence, inflicting harm. That's violation of basic human rights. And we should understand that even if we are still in a debate that we call ourselves PNG, a Christian country, but our constitution said everyone is free to enjoy their religious belief. I'm a Christian. But what I'm saying is what the law provides. We are all relying on the basis, the pillars, the aspirations, where our country should go on. We want it to go in a way that the principles of democracy are always upheld. You can have many religious practices, but as long as they don't harm others or interfere with the rights of others, then it's okay. But if you harm others acting upon it, then you are held accountable.
But Sister Lauren, I want to ask you something. Hopefully, you and I will produce more than what we have seen tonight. And although we are in PNG and we're talking about sorcery-related violence in Papua New Guinea, this is something that happened in other countries. And unfortunately, as happened in Europe for many centuries, in your country, in Switzerland, has a museum for what is considered to be the last person that was killed in Europe. And I believe it was 1782, Anna Goldie. And perhaps you can talk to the audience about that. And I was also wondering, how did we break that cycle of violence in Europe? How did we go at one point from having women unfortunately burned in the streets of Europe to finally stop this insanity? And your country has that record, so perhaps you can share with us that.
So, I'm coming from a developed Switzerland, and to the surface we say no witchcraft, no sorcery. But hidden beliefs are there as much as in Papua New Guinea. The question is just what we do with it, how we exercise beliefs. And I'm very sorry to say to all of you, yes, I believe. But you know what I believe in? I believe in a God who has only one name, and that is love. And I hope, and my most important prayer is that my very last word will be love. I think we all have been sitting a lot, and I would like us all to stand up and have a dream. And I ask us all to dream big. And tonight we dream for zero violence. The dream for zero violence. Reach out to somebody, reach out to somebody's hand. Come closer, let's work together. Let's form a circle of non-violence. Let's stand up together. Let's join and say no to violence. And no to violence means simply that we reach to the stars to fulfill our dreams, to respect each other, to believe in the goodness of each one here and everywhere around us. That's my message for all of us this evening. Go out of this room, go out to your family, to your friends. We celebrate independence, and we celebrate the freedom, the well-being, the shalom to the fullest for our nation, for this beautiful Papua New Guinea which is still paradise for each and every one of us. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Zaria, and I'm part of the Clean Generation, a movement of young people all across Papua New Guinea who are taking a stand to build a nation that is strong and safe. And it is important for us to take a stand against sorcery accusation-related violence. You have seen people at the front line, heard their stories, and seen the impact of this violence. Young people are saying enough is enough, and that this violence has to end.